This is ReqWise. It's an easy way for web developers and digital agencies to collaborate with their clients and better understand what they need. So if you're building a website for someone or you're designing an app, your client will have expectations for what you need to build. This is a tool that lets you organize all of the requirements in one place and get sign-off from them. So once you're signed in, you'll see a list of all of your teams. You might generally be part of just one team, which is, the digital agency you work at, or just a team for yourself if you're a freelancer. You can adjust your settings. So you can change your name. You can upload a new profile picture if you don't like the default one given to you. And you can even change to a dark theme. Once you're in the team page, you can see that each team can have multiple projects. So each project can represent, a client you're working with, or one client can even have multiple projects. Projects can be reused as templates if you have common requirements between them. You can add members to your team, and you can promote them or demote them as admin. You can invite new members. And this is kind of a cool feature. It integrates with Slack, so if someone comments on a proposed feature, you can reply right within Slack. So this is the project dashboard. It shows you an overview of all your requirements, as well as any groups of requirements like features or quality attributes, designs you've uploaded. And on the right, it shows you the reviews. It also shows you an activity feed, which shows any updates that have been made by your team members. In the settings, you can update the project name or you can delete the project. So if you're gathering requirements from your client, you can have in-person meetings, or you can use questionnaires, which just lets you list a bunch of questions and you can send it out to your clients and they can reply. So for example, if you're asking what color scheme the app should be, they can reply in that free text field with whatever they want, so green in this case. Your clients can react to each other's responses if they agree with them or disagree with them. So business considerations, this is a requirement group. So you can group a bunch of requirements that have to do with why you're building the product, the business challenges you maybe are facing. But these are sort of broader business level requirements. So as you can see, requirements can be prioritized and the status of the requirement is shown. So if it's just proposed and you haven't agreed on it, then you can mark it as such. Otherwise, you can mark it as accepted. So features are sort of like business considerations, except these have to do with the product's functionality. So how the product works or how it looks. Less so about the business side of things. So for example, the menu should have links to all the major areas of the app. So you might think, okay, that's not really enough detail, so you can add sub-requirements. And it's as easy as just dragging it underneath another requirement, and it's organized. So when you click a requirement, it shows you all of the details, like the feature it's part of, any linked designs or other requirements, and you can accept or reject the requirement right from within that page. And as you can see, now it's accepted. You can also change the status of requirements from the feature itself. The feature has buttons on the bottom right where you can view the history of how the feature has changed over time, any linked requirements, and you can, when you think it's ready, make the feature not a draft anymore and make it pending so that the client can review it. So this is the review page. This is where the client can come in and give their response, whether that's an approval or asking for further changes. So quality attributes are kind of like features, except it's more how well the product does something, not necessarily the functionality itself. So these are things like the performance, the maintainability, and the usability of the app. So obviously a client's requirements, especially for something visual like a website, aren't always just going to be text-based. They're going to have designs that they'll want you to conform to. So you can upload designs, or you can link external resources, as we saw there. And one cool feature is you can actually draw diagrams from right within ReqWise. So here we're going to create one called User Login Flowchart. And as you can see, it's easy to create a flowchart right within ReqWise. Once you're done, you just need to click Save, and as you can see, it shows the diagram you created in the Diagrams and Files section of the app. So like features and quality attributes, you can undraft it when you think it's ready, and your clients can come in and review it. So this is the stakeholder review section. It shows you all of the different things that the client needs to come in and review, whether it's features or designs or quality attributes. And once you have a number of accepted reviews, they'll appear here in the requirements baseline. And you can create a snapshot of the requirements baseline, which is then downloaded to your computer. So this lets you, really have a clear summary of what needs to be built for your app that can be exported. So yeah, that's ReqWise. It's a tool to help you collaborate with your clients and understand their needs. I had a really fun time working on this, and if you're interested in learning about how it's built, I have a link to the GitHub repository on my website, rosshill.ca.